What is up, Internet? This is Alex. Welcome back to the Self-Proclaimed Podcast, episode Dos. This is the episode where Josh and I talk about game development and also the mechanics in games and how we feel about them. We also suggest some games to each other that we should play. I don't think we ever really got around to playing them, but we wanted to start a segment where we suggest a game that we may have never played before to each other, that each other have not played, and then see their reaction to it. So hopefully we'll do that actually someday and get to the point where we can play those games and talk about them. But I found this episode really interesting, and I felt like it was more organic than the first one. So again, thank you for stopping by and listening. And if you have any comments or questions, please let us know on YouTube, and we'll see what we can do. Thanks, everyone. All right, cool. So yeah, if you're, obviously we're already streaming, but let me do the little, hold on, excuse me. I need the floor real quick. I need the stage here. Can you silence? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yay!
Actually, I don't know if you're being picked up on the stream too, now that I think about it.
What do you mean?
I don't know if you're in the stream too. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't hear you. How to fix that? I don't know how to fix that. Oh, audio source, right?
Yeah, you're gonna go to audio source, and then I'm talking to myself over here. Or you're talking to yourself, actually.
All the time. That's all I ever do. How do I do that?
Why are you looking up apple baskets?
Don't worry about me. Up. So if I pick streaming or speakers, it should capture everything, right?
Yeah, because it's any. What do you have right now? What is your capture source right now?
For audio, nothing. It says, okay, it worked. You should be working now.
I'm gonna. Do you want what?
What? It's working.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and the stream can hear you now.
Oh, right now. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
For audio, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Can you hear yourself on the stream?
Yeah. Shut up. I'm gonna play the song again. Then we're gonna do the intro.
Okay.
All right. All right. This is the Self-Proclaimed Podcast, episode 2. I'm Alex, and obviously Josh is here, of course.
Yep.
Hi, Josh.
Hi.
Nice apple baskets.
What do you think?
What?
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm still kind of troubleshooting technical shooting stuff.
It's a rough start. It's a rough start, but we'll get there.
Okay, I think I fixed it though. We'll find out together.
So I wanted to do something. I think we talked about this previously, but I wanted to do something a little different this week to start things off, and that I wanted to kind of see if there was games that you and I have played separately that we want to recommend to each other that we should try out. Just like to see if there's something that we have passed up through our lives.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool. Did you have something in mind? Did you come up with something that?
I have one game top of my head. Have you ever played the game Goblin Commander?
Goblin Commander?
Yeah.
No, I have not actually. I'll look that up right now though. Is this an old game? Or what is?
PS2.
What was it for? What console?
PS2 and GameCube. Goblin.
Oh yeah. It was for Xbox as well. It looks like.
Was it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this game was really cool.
It looks awesome. The cover, it looks cool at least. So what makes you recommend this game? What about it? Did you play it as a kid? what
Well,
is?
yeah. This part of it comes to nostalgia because I played with some friends at first, and they showed me how to like. They talked about it, and I didn't know about it, and they came over to the place and we played. And it's like a really baby mode RTS. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's very little source gathering. Um, there's like mana or magic you have to find and stuff and get, but um, I don't know. It's just fun. It's just really fun. Also, goblins. I like goblins. Goblins are cool. I think.
Yeah, Goblin. It definitely has that. It's a very like late '90s, early 2000s look to it, like that.
Yeah.
Almost like a Warcraft 3-ish sort of look. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check this out. I wonder if I can get it at like, is it abandonware? Do you think?
Probably. I don't know.
No, because it was 2003. I think it came out, so it has to be at least 20 years. I think for abandonware.
No.
Let's go to GOG and see if GOG has it.
Yeet.
No, GOG doesn't have it.
Anyway, what about you?
I already kind of told you, but I'll just give you a more detailed explanation. Recently, I watched a post-mortem from David Brevik, who was basically the creator of Diablo. He like came up with the idea when he was a kid, and it followed him all the way until he was like an actual programmer when he started a company called Condor. And I've just been like on a kick lately of playing all of his games. He has a company called Graybeard Games now, where he's making his own games. Like he's making a Terraria like game, but it's also has it's called It Lurks Below, and then he has a free game called the Nonomancer, which is awesome. But if you go to here, I'll link in the Discord to you. If you go to graybeardgames.com, you can see his It Lurks Below, the Nonomancer, and then he has the original design doc for Diablo below. And Diablo itself is one of the most polished, best gaming experiences I've ever had because it's so precise in what it goes for. Like it's a very gothic, scary. It makes you anxious when you play it because you're so afraid of like dying, like your character dying if you haven't saved the game. It's just everything it embodies, it does perfectly. So you can actually you can download it for free. It's abandonware now.
The first Diablo, right?
The first Diablo, yeah, because Blizzard won't sell it anymore for whatever reason.
Wait, did it have multiplayer online or no?
It did add BattleNet, and it says it still works. They say that it still works, but I wasn't able to get it to work when I was trying with my brother. But this is a link to it right there. But just a screenshot here, like in Discord, it's very like gothic looking. It's an amazing art style, and yeah. I think you said you played Diablo 2 a little bit, right? Like you played some of that.
Just a tad.
Yeah, just a tad. Yeah. And Diablo 2 was the same. It was David Brevik and his team that made that, so it was still him on that one. So that was a pretty good game. But Diablo 3 was so far removed from what the original was that if that's your experience, like if you played Diablo 3, this game will blow your mind on how different it is, just from the core of the game. So I think you should give that a shot if you have some time.
Because like when I played Diablo 3, it was very kind of linear compared to like Diablo 2 that I played a little bit of. Is that correct in me saying so?
Yeah, so Diablo 3 it's like all games, these days in quotes, they're very hand-holdy. Like it basically walks you through step by step on like, okay, this is your next quest, you go here. And it even gives you like markers on the map of like where the quests are, There's no imagination of like you're in this like it takes you out of the world, so to me at least, because in the first Diablo, you get a quest, right? Like you have to kill the butcher. That's one of like the most famous quests from the game. And you have no idea what the butcher is. You don't know what he looks like. You don't know if it's a demon or a person or what's going on. Yeah. You don't know where to find him, anything. But the levels are structured so well that you're going to eventually run into him. Like you're going to find him while exploring, and then as soon as you find him, it's him. Like you just know. So, yeah, this is a lot more. There's no holding hands in this game. You just get into it, and then you get your ass kicked. So.
Oh no, I spoiled myself.
What?
I spoiled myself.
What does that mean?
I looked at the butcher.
Oh, did you look at him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in HOTS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So it's that character went all the way from the first Diablo up until HOTS. He was a lot different in the first Diablo, though. He was actually scary. He wasn't just a
Oh.
ooh.
Why do you say he was actually scary versus now?
Just that like for me, the graphics, the art direction on the first Diablo was very gothic and very
Oh.
moody. You know, like it was dark and it was creep. Like the monsters actually look like monsters.
Yeah.
But everything Blizzard does now with their heroes is meant to look appealing and like actiony. You know, like you want to play those characters.
Yeah.
So I think they made him look too.
Cartoony?
Yeah, I don't even know if cartoon. Yeah,
Family
cartoony. Appealing. They made him look too appealing. Where some
As opposed to like unappealing?
yeah, because if you see a creature like a creature called the Butcher, that it better not look
Yeah.
appealing. You know, you better like be ready to run from that thing. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, you see what I'm saying. But like now they like because he's in HOTS and because he's a playable character, the player has to identify somewhat with that character. So
Okay, good. Shane. Hmm.
and then he has a free game on. If you check out that link I sent you, the Graybeard Games, he has a free game called the
Yeah.
Nonomancer, which is basically just nonography or no. I don't know how to say it. It's the basically Sudoku, but you fill in squares. You know,
Yeah.
super simple but addicting and fun. So that one's pretty cool too. But yeah, just David Brevik in general. He's a really awesome guy, super smart, and all of his games are top notch. He gets the Alex seal of approval.
How does it look like?
What?
How does that look like?
I can't show you, obviously,
Not wrong.
but one day. Anyway, yeah, so Goblin Art. What was it again? Goblin Commander.
Goblin Commander.
All right, I'll put that on my list right now. And then what I think would be cool is if in the next week we like even if you play the game for like an hour, just give it a shot and see what you think of it, and then we can talk about it next time. And to anybody who listens to this, obviously, if you want to give it a shot too, check out these games. We can all discuss that.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite moment or playing a game that made you say, I fucking love video games?
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of like, because I get really attached to characters in games a lot, especially like the Final Fantasy games when I was a kid, like Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 8. I got super addicted to those characters. Like I would come home from school and I would lose myself in that world. And there was a lot of like, there was a lot of things that happened in those games that were super emotional moments because something happened to the characters.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind that I could be getting like this. None of that's real, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't happen in real life, but I was so moved by that, and it's just this fake thing, and that really like blew my mind that a game could do that. But yeah, like the last one that really blew my mind, I think, was The Witness. I talked to you about that too, that puzzle game, The Witness.
Yeah.
The reason being is that Jonathan Blow, he was the guy who also created the Braid. Have you played Braid before?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
I know they knew that one. I know, yeah.
Yeah, so he made Braid, and then he spent like all the money he made off Braid developing The Witness, and he based the entire game off of one idea that he had, like this one thing that he wanted the player to experience, right? So he had this moment in his head, like you're talking about, like a moment that makes you go, "Oh my god, I love video games." He had this moment that he envisioned, so he built this entire game around this moment that you never like. You play like 75% of that game, and this moment doesn't happen, right? But he's training you by doing these puzzles so that eventually, when you get to this moment, you see it, and then you realize that you've been seeing it the entire game. You just didn't know it, and it gives you goosebumps, man, because you're like, holy shit, like I'm seeing things a new way now because of what I've been doing. And that was the last moment it blew my mind. I was like, this dude's a genius. Like, I cannot believe I've been seeing this the entire game. I haven't noticed it yet. And then once you see what he wants you to see, it's everywhere, and you find more puzzles and stuff. So that's why I was asking if you played that game too, because
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best feelings when you become aware of something that's been in front of your face and you just didn't see it. So, what about you? What was at least one that you could recently, or?
There's two of them I can remember. One of them was it's been the first monster on the PS2, and I could not beat Rathlos. He was like my wall.
What game was it? Sorry.
The first monster.
Okay.
The very first one. I couldn't beat Rathlos. He's like, I don't know if you ever played any monster games or anything like that, but Rathlos is like the flagship monster for the longest time. Like the main. This is monster. This is the monster, kind of thing. But I couldn't beat him. It's the first monster game. I could not beat him. He was scary to me. He was frightful to me. One time I sold all my gear just so I can buy a bunch of new gear to try to beat him. It did not work. I actually made him limp the last like 30 seconds of the game of the quest, and I didn't beat him in time. But I had my friend over. My brother's watching, and we're playing. We're doing it, and I finally killed him. And it's hard to explain because these quests are 50 minutes long, right? I mean, now if I play them, I do them like in 5-10 minutes each quest. But this quest right here took me like every single one because I was being careful not to get hits using my potions for my healing items and to keep do damage to him at least consistently. But I finally killed him. The screen came up, quest cleared. You see the animation of him dying, the little cinematic. And I got so excited, I jumped up and I fisted the air. And I came down and I landed on my brother's bed, and I broke it. And then I think I broke the controller too, doing something else. That same instance, I broke a bunch of things, but it didn't matter to me. It didn't care because I killed it.
And the journey of like how many times would you say you fought that monster without being able to kill it?
That time, honestly, it wasn't too many because I was scared. I was like legitimately scared of trying to fight him.
Oh, so you were even apprehensive to even start it in the first place. Like okay.
Yeah, and back then, like now, you pick a game whenever you play the boss, whatever. And that game, like, back then I was a kid, I guess. Maybe that's why. But like, I was scared. I was scared to try anything like that because even though my character died and whatever, just restart again. And there's no loss besides time in that game. We fill a quest, but it was just scary. There's something about it that frightened me so much. But it took me. I was probably the 12th or 15th time when I finally beat him. I like that. I like when I try really hard at a game and I overcome it. Like getting that. Like a fighting game, knowing the combo you've been practicing, or like Devil May Cry, getting another sick combo you're trying to get down.
Mm-hmm.
And like that is exciting to me, especially like hard bosses. And then when you go back and then womp on them, that's the shit.
And it's when games do it really well when they don't. So I really like when games punish you for mistakes, obviously, but not for trying again. Like you shouldn't be punished for trying the same thing over and over and getting better at it. And I think that's one thing that I liked about Dark Souls a lot was like Dark Souls was hard. Like it was meant to be a hard game, but you could go into a boss fight and you could get your ass kicked like 10 times in a row, but you're gaining skill the entire time and you're not really losing anything. But like, you lose souls when you die, but once that's already gone, you've already lost those. You're losing is the time it takes to get back to the boss. But you need that time because that time is like you're pumping yourself up. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I'm going back in again. This is the 11th try. I got this. I can do this time. Oh, fuck, I died again. But then you keep... I like that. I like that it's not punishing you for failing. You're just getting better at what you're doing. So that's oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, I get what you're saying there, but I was like games that do punish you for cheesing.
But that's different, though. Yeah.
It's completely different, yeah. Completely different. Yeah. But I just how you said when you said that, it reminded me of games that punish you for cheesing, like the old Mortal Kombat. If you kept doing the same like move, like I used to play Raiden in the like really old Mortal Kombat, like 2 or 3, and I would just hold down like the punch button. If you let go, you just a charge. It's a command grab.
Yeah.
And I just did that and spam that on my sister we were playing with back then. And then when the next round happened, and I won easily. The next round happened, I had half health left. They just cut my health in half.
Oh, they actually lowered your health?
Yeah, it was
What?
wild. So it was that, or eventually my moves didn't do any damage.
I so
If I did the same thing over and over again.
I thought that's what I thought they did. I thought they had diminishing returns on damage. So like if you use like the high punch over and over again, it would diminish
Yeah.
the damage. I thought that was true, but I didn't know they actually lowered your health.
I think
You might be
I'm pretty
remembering
sure
that wrong, but
I might be wrong. Um, I can't find anything about it. I could remember wrong, but like that'd be hilarious. If that was
yeah,
right.
no, that would be amazing if they did that.
Oh, it's just new stuff. I think it's Mortal Kombat 2.
I have an example where you're looking that up that's actually related to Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
So people found out that there's a way to duplicate items in the game where if there's an item on the ground and you have a potion in your bar, if you pick up a potion from your hot bar the same minute that or same frame that you pick up the item on the ground, it'll duplicate the item on the ground. It's super awesome. Like I've actually been doing it, playing it again, and it's pretty easy to do once you get it down. But when the game first came out, they didn't have a fix for it. But after that, if you dropped two of the duplicated items on the ground, it would delete both of them automatically because they had the same item ID in the code.
Oh yeah.
So originally you could get away with it all you wanted, but now you have to whatever you duplicate, you have to keep in your inventory. Like if you drop it on the ground, you're totally screwed. So it's like you can still do it. It's just it punishes you for cheesing the game if you want to make space in your inventory. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what's your other? Oh wait, what?
Oh, no, I was saying I just like stuff like that. I like when there's clearly a way to cheat, and they just punish you for that. That's cool because like when I played Destiny, the first Destiny, I used to cheese the Nightfall every week. I don't know if you played. Did you play Destiny?
Not very much. I played it for like an hour or two, maybe. I didn't get past like the first tutorial thing.
Oh, okay. Well, like once you like end game, there's a weekly thing called Nightfall, and it's a regular strike, which is basically a longer quest or mission. And at the end, there's always a big boss, whatever. It's usually like a 2-wave system, and then the boss, or like 2 or 3 extra things. It's very, very formulaic, or is it the right word for it? It's a formula.
Okay.
And it's just same thing over and over again. On any kind of the quest for Destiny. That's whatever. There's always a boss, and the Nightfall made it harder. It's a regular strike that you would play normally, but it has like, additional modifiers to it. Either the enemies hit you harder, they spawn more enemies, or they're hard. All kinds of stuff. And so I used to solo it though, because I would cheese everything. And so because like at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, it would reset for the week, and then by 2:20, I was already at the final boss, and I would just message my friends, "Hey, hop in my game. I'm about to kill the boss," and they'll hop in, and they'll get the free loot for the week. Because that's how you get like exotic weapons, which is like sought after high tier weapons.
But there was no punishment for doing that?
There was no punishment whatsoever at all. It was almost a joke.
How did you cheese it? How did you do that?
So like one of the thing was like there's one, without going into too much detail, there's one boss he's like stuck in a little prison, you open it up, you need to kill him. It's like an open area and there's a platform. If you crawl underneath the platform, which you can do, no one can hit you. So just take pot shots at him. Yeah.
Wow. So that you just like you basically. So, but is that just that one boss, or is that the entire?
That's one boss.
Okay.
Another boss is like a giant like kind of basically a giant turret that can move, and you can climb on top of the stage, above him, and you can take pot shots at him from there. He can hit you sometimes, but you just move back, heal, and go back and shoot him. Just much stuff like that. And even when they fixed and they patched it, people found more ways to choose it. Like you can initiate the boss fight without actually entering the area. Just like in Dark and Demon Souls, you can shoot through the fog wall.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that in Demon Souls.
Yeah, you can do that. So there's the original gargoyle bosses. You can kill them that way. It takes a long time, but you can.
Right. Wow. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Did you play Destiny 2 at all?
Man,
Because I wanted to ask you about that.
So I love Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
I was very resistant about playing it, but I started playing it with my friends, and then the first one was pretty fun. I like grinding games, and it was really grindy. But then, with each expansion, it got better and better. And Taken King made the game amazing. That made the game worth all the toil I put into it.
The first one, right?
Yes, the first one.
Okay.
It's the year 2. It's like the big expansion pack. Yeah, it was amazing. I love that game. I would literally, just play hours from for a short while. I was laid off, actually, and for like a month, all I did was play Destiny. I would the couch, it receded, because I couldn't. I didn't want to buy food. I want to spend money because I was laid off. So I would just stay in one spot and play Destiny. If I didn't move, I didn't have to eat. And there was a big depression on the couch because of it.
A Josh Dent, yeah.
Yeah, straight up. And so when the second one coming out, I was super excited. I actually pre-ordered the collector's edition, which sold out. So I was really scared I wasn't going to get it, but it came back into stock. I pre-ordered that one. I pre-ordered the collector's editions and the limited edition, and then the regular edition. So I bought the game like 3 times, and not on purpose. I bought the limited edition because the collector's was sold out. Then I bought the collector's. I was like, I'll just keep both. So
wow.
I had it all. I had the bag, which sucks ass. I hate the bag. And it played it, and it was fun-ish. The raid was okay, and I was disappointed completely. Really disappointed.
I heard that they did a lot of shitty things with the loot system. Like, for instance, you could get shaders for your items, and they were single-use only, which is completely ridiculous in a game where you're constantly switching out your gear. So
you're not wrong, but now here's the thing. Oh, okay. So go ahead. Finish your saying. I'll say.
No, it seems like because they added the first one. Was there microtransactions in the first one? Could you buy?
Yes, they added them way in year 2 or year 3.
But not initially, right?
Initially, no,
okay.
Not initially.
Okay. Because I think that unfortunately now the climate with AAA games, and I do that in quotes. Basically, anybody who has a giant publisher who develops a game like EA, Activision, Ubisoft, anything like that, they have to stay relevant with the other companies doing it. They feel like they have to put microtransactions in the game because otherwise, let's say that Activision's doing it with their games, but then EA's not doing it with their games. Well, then EA feels like they're losing out on profit because Activision is doing it. So it just I feel like that ruined Destiny 2. Because I didn't play it, but I researched it a lot because I was gonna play it, I was gonna get it, and everybody was just shitting on the game, saying they ruined it with the microtransactions and that they were throttling XP. You could only get certain amount of XP per day, and then it would drop down to almost nothing, and just a bunch of shady stuff.
So the XP gang, yes, that's a big issue. One big issue for me, particularly, that almost made me want to stop playing from that moment on. I kept playing for a bit longer. Was in the first Destiny, right? You had 3 characters, right? On 3 character slots. And there's 3 different classes. Ideally, you make 1 Warlock, 1 Hunter, 1 Titan, right? No, not me. I made 3 Titans because to level up faster, at some point you need gear level. Kind of like WoW. There's a gear thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
A gear score, yeah. So. But if you did a raid, right? Say you're on your Titan character, you did a raid, you get drops from the raid that would include your Titan or weapons, right? So you might get legs this time around, or nothing at all. This time I did one of the Vault of Glass, the first raid in the first Destiny. I don't know how many times I never got a single piece of armor for my Titan. So then that's what started getting through.
Wait, so. Even though you were playing a Titan, you didn't get drops for a Titan? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't get any drops of armor for that character.
Okay.
I only got weapons.
Okay.
And I eventually got 8, 1 leg, I think, for a hunter. But then that's why I read some people would make 3 of the same class and do that raid all because you do raid once a week.
Oh, so you would make the same character so you could do it 3 times, and then you would only gear out one of the 3.
Yes, exactly. And then that way I can 3 times the chance to get whatever armor piece I want to get because there's certain events in the raid, and that the first event can drop this or this, the second event can drop this or this. So it's like loot tables.
Yeah, I got you.
And so that's why I did the three Titans to loot to level faster too. Then I primarily played a Titan. I eventually made one Hunter at near the end of the life for Destiny, first Destiny. The second Destiny, they did not let you stack that way. You couldn't.
You couldn't make another of the same character?
You could, but like the boon of having, so like in Destiny 2, they introduced something called milestones, and something else. Something else specific. I found a specific thing, but once a week you can get this luminous engram, which will drop an item that's higher level than you are, at least a little bit, so that way you can keep leveling up. But say if I had 2 Titans, in my first Titan I did it and I got okay, cool, I was 300, this is a 304 piece, 304. So I boosted up a little bit or got my chances higher to get something else bigger. If I did the same thing again with my second Titan, I would get, it was also level 300, I would get an item that's like either 300 or lower. Typically it'd be like 290, 295. And they did it on purpose. Outright said, because people were complaining about it, and then outright said, yes, we did it on purpose because we want everyone to play different characters. But which is limiting the way your players get to play a game, and that's bad business. That's bad.
And the thing that sucks is that all they had to do was let you do basically just up the amount of times you can do the raids per week. Like if you could only do this certain thing once per character per week, and you're making 3 fucking characters to do it 3 times, then just let one character do it 3 times. You know what I mean?
One character can do as many times as you want, but there will be no extra drops.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Give those extra drops for like 3 times or whatever, because then it's such an easy fix to not have people make the same character 3 times. It just seems so like a no-brainer, you know.
It was a way to extend the life of the raid.
It's artificial. It's an artificial extension. Yeah, exactly.
But they do that in other games too, like
WoW does it. Yeah.
WoW does it. There's like Final Fantasy. There's tomes you need for armor pieces.
Yep.
And you can get so many tomes a week, whatever. So I wasn't against it though, honestly, for me personally, because like even now I still go to school and I work and stuff. So if I can get all my stuff done in one day of the week, then I feel satisfied. Kind of. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
But it would be the same for doing. It would be the same for doing 3 for 1 character and 3 for 3 characters.
Yeah.
I just saying, like, it boggles my mind how some developers are such easy ways to fix their issues, and they're just not willing to do that.
Well, it was because they want them to play longer.
I get what
they're saying.
Destiny's not an MMO though. That's the thing that bothers me is that they market it to be one, but it's not. It's like the world isn't even nearly as big as an MMO should be.
They got emotes, dude.
Oh shit! Sorry. I take that back.
MMO, yeah.
I take that back. It's an MMO. I didn't know they had emotes. Whew, my bad. No, it's silly. It's just a silly. If you're gonna market yourself as like the MMO shooter, then be an MMO. Like go full out. But I don't feel like the scope of that game is big enough from what I know of it.
Initially it was, I think, but going back to the first game, the first Destiny was so dry bones. The biggest issue with Destiny I've seen is that there's a lot of cut content. I guess there's word going around right now that the newest expansion pack coming out, which will signify the year 2 of Destiny 2, is cut content from the original game. Or a lot of it is cut content from the original game. Not just like gameplay-wise, but story-wise as well. Which is bad. That's terrible.
And do you think so? Like they're cutting it to save it for later, or they're cutting it? What do you?
I don't know if they cut it. That's what I've heard. I haven't gone into it because I've been trying to stay away from Destiny. But the reason I can see them cutting something is because exactly what you said, they're just cutting it just to hold it for later and sell it. Or B, it was unpolished. And they didn't want to release something unpolished like that. But then they should just release it for free as part of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
One of my favorite things about Monster Hunter has always been is that all the DLC for Monster Hunter is free. It's not DLC. It's extra quests, it's extra story, it's extra items.
Yeah, the word like there have been some games that have come out in the past where the actual expansion data is already in the game, like when you buy it,
See, yeah.
and then you're paying later to unlock. I mean, they might add something to it. Like I'm not obviously not a developer. I didn't develop them, but I'm just saying like most of that data has already been included in the base game, and they're locking you out of it, which is ridiculous.
Well, that's what with Destiny 2 kind of where they do a big patch, and the patch will have stuff with the DLC coming out.
Well, that's normal though. It's normal to
Yeah.
preload the game with that stuff. But
Look, did you play Hollow Knight? You play Hollow Knight, right?
no, I haven't played it. I want to.
You play Hollow Knight?
I haven't.
So...
Dude, I haven't got around to it yet. I'm actually interestingly that you bring that up. For the level structure of Deathly right now, I was looking at I'll bring it up on my screen. If you look up the Hollow Knight map,
yeah,
there's a hand drawn version of it that he did. I'm trying to find it. I'll link you to it if I find it. I found it here. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's on Pinterest? Damn it, it's going to make it...
I can't. I don't have Pinterest.
I know, me either. Oh, I can use my Google to do it? Alright.
He's making a Pinterest account right now. That means I have to. You realize that, right?
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to sign. I'll find it when it's not on Pinterest. But anyways, the developer hand drew all of the levels, like how the layout of the game was going to be. And then he would just go back and fill everything in like when it was permanent. And I've been trying to follow that same thing where I'm trying to map out on a physical piece of paper where the character's going to kind of get a better idea of the world. It's a super smart way to do it. That way you have something physical and tangible that you can look at. But it made me want to play it because it looks like a fantastic game.
No, it's amazing. The controls are really tight. Very good Metroidvania. They do a lot of... The only thing is that there's backtracking, obviously, and me, I'm kind of dumb. I always forget where I'm supposed to go, so I end up backtracking everything I've been to, which is fine. But they introduced ways to backtracking easier. Like there's like a train system that you start unlocking, and it's an ancient city you're going into and exploring. So that's just really cool because you meet the train. They're actually like bigger bugs. And they talk to you about how it's been like so long since someone's talked to them and this and that or whatever.
Yeah, that makes me really want to try it. I really want to give it a shot. Oh, so question along that line of backtracking though, because I was thinking about this too the other day. So backtracking it's a symptom of having the player unlock abilities that they didn't have before, right? And then I think it's a good way to add mystery to the game. Like you see something in the beginning and you're like, how do I get that? I can't get that yet. And then later on you get something and you're like, oh shit, I remember that thing back there, but maybe you don't know exactly where it is. Do you think it would help the player to maybe have markers on the mini-map that you bring up? So like if you saw like, I don't know, a door or like an opening you couldn't get into, like there was a marking system where it automatically marked it on your map so you could look at your map and see where those were. Do you think that's too hand-holdy or do you think that would help?
Yes. I think it's too hand-holdy. What I like what games do is give you a map you can draw on or add stickers to.
But what would be the difference between you doing that and it automatically doing it for you whenever you find those things?
Because when I do it, I'm playing as a character. The character in the game is doing this, marking the map.
Okay.
So I'm more immersed. Personally, so I feel I become more immersed into the game because, again, I'm the player. I am playing the character, and as the character's like, I should do this, and I'm marking it. I don't know. It's just...
No, I see what you're saying. So there would be basically like, let's say I enter a room, I see that there's another room beyond that room, but I can't get there yet. I would open up my mini map, select the room I'm in, and like hit the A button on the controller, and it would mark that room for later, right? So it'd be like, there's something here that I need to go back and get, something like that. Okay.
Yeah, because I used to as a kid, I used to write that down for stuff like that.
I would too. Like I would always like puzzle games or like Metroid. Like when I played Super Metroid, I would literally have notes of like back in Brinstar there was a yellow door I couldn't open until I got power bombs, and then I would go back. So Yeah, because I can generate an auto map, and then I could have the rooms selectable, and if you hit like different buttons on the controller, it'll add different things like item or door or something like that. That'd be cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And that's just me. I know there's one game I played a few times, Etrian Odyssey. I never got too into it. That's the kind of game I would get stuck in if I played too long. But like the entirety of the map is written by you. Like literally, because it was 3DS, you actually draw it out.
Oh, right.
And I thought that was really, really cool. Because you go dungeon crawling, you have to map the whole thing. Because I mean, you can imagine like in a world where dungeon crawling was an actual thing. They wouldn't just go there, like mark the map, or maybe physically mark the dungeon itself too. So,
see that I like that idea of like doing the map, but in definitely it wouldn't work because you're not going to have like a stylus or anything.
Yeah.
So I would have to do more of just like a marker system, like you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Where I do like that because even some people might look at it as an extra step just to get to the same point. But it definitely does feel more engaging when, like what we were talking about earlier about, the more the game does for you, the less agency you have, and the less you feel like you're part of that game. Like in Diablo 3, where it's like you have to go kill these three monsters, and I open up the minimap and there's freaking circles on the map of where the monsters are. Like how does my character know that? How does my character know exactly where those? I don't know that. I didn't know that. So how does my character know that? And that just breaks that feeling of immersiveness.
It's like it's the old man telling you, "Oh, these monsters. I'll mark it on your map."
You're like,
"Oh, okay, whatever."
But it's like, how do you know? That you go kill them. If you know where they're at, you go get them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go kill them.
Oh man.
Actually, that brings me to like a kind of brings it to a topic I wanted to talk about. I don't have too many today. I just had mainly this one, just to kind of see what your ideas were on this. But I'm pretty sure it's like throughout the past like 10-ish years, there's been do you know who Anita Sarkeesian is?
Yeah.
She did that feminist frequency thing, and she was like huge on misogyny in games and whatnot, right?
Yeah. My soggy knees, yeah.
My soggy knees, yeah. Hey, that's offensive.
Yeah.
Domino's isn't going to sponsor us if you keep this up.
I got PlayStation, dude. Better.
Oh yeah, you were in a PlayStation. That's right.
Yeah.
But okay, so Domino's aside, but you guys should order Domino's tonight. It's a good pizza. Bring that deal up. Bring that deal up on that.
I'm not gonna be able to
pizza. Bring that deal up. Bring that deal up right now.
Domino's pizza.
I want to see that $5.99 2-topping pizza. Takeout only.
Bada bang, bam! Look at that.
Was that right?
Yeah. 3-topping pizza, large, $7.99. Well, what a steal!
Guys, I got it. I'll be back.
Domino's.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to Domino's.
They count extra cheese as extra.
I know.
Not as a topping. This should be a topping.
You messed up, Domino's. You messed up.
We're gonna return to Papa John's.
Switch to Papa John's.
Because they actually do that. I know they're in trouble lately, but
yes, yes, he is. He said some things he shouldn't have said. Anyways, okay, so what was I talking about? Freaking.
I need this Carzian.
Sody Pops.
Yeah, I like Sody Pops.
Oh man, I don't know what to talk. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, Anita Sarkeesian kind of started this whole like misogyny in games. How like it's always the damsel in distress thing, where the male character is always saving the female character, right? And it's like a trope, I guess is the word that they like to use. But what blows cliche? You're right. But what blows my mind? What blows my mind is that you literally have a 50-50 choice. If you have a male and female character in a game, right? There is one of two choices. Either the male can rescue the female or the female can rescue the male. Now, either way you do that, someone's going to give you shit for it. Whether, like, if the female's rescuing the male, then the male's a weak, he's not masculine, he's weak, he can't, whatever. Like, there's people who are going to complain about that. And then if you flip it to the other side, someone's going to complain about the man always having to save the woman because, whatever. What's interesting, though, is that the new I don't think this was done on purpose per se, but the new Captain Toad game, the one that's for the Switch.
Yeah, sounds like that kind of.
What?
Never mind. I tried to make a Toad voice. It sounded terrible.
That was bad. That was bad. He's like,
I
ready
did-
for adventure. That's more like Toad.
No, he has like a little. No, he doesn't.
That's the Pixel Toad. So, anyways, in this one, Toadette gets captured first, right? So you have to go save Toadette.
Yeah.
But then Toad gets captured and Toadette has to go save Toad. So it's like they included both of them, which was really like, if they meant to do that, that's genius, because they just completely shut down all the people who are going to be like, it's always the guy saving the girl. But what do you think is like, for me, like if I'm writing a game, right, and I'm a male, I'm most likely going to write a male character saving a female if I do that, because that's my experience in life, right? And I think that when people make games, they usually put their experiences into the games, because that's what we know. It's easier to create something that you know about, that you can speak to, than making up like a relationship you don't understand.
Yeah.
So do you see that as like a problem? Like, do you see that do you see that as a trope, as a bad thing, or do you see it just as a symptom of the developers connecting with what they know, as far as like the way that those things have been pointed out?
I don't think it's necessarily an issue. I don't think it's inherently bad. I think the way anything is presented can or cannot be bad. Doesn't matter what it is or how it's presented. If you look back in, like, because at the end of the day, video games, primarily is a medium for storytelling, and so it's not, you cannot say video games do this, because it's not just video games. It's just another faucet of telling a story. Because in movies, shows, books, plays, all of them, songs even, they're all just mediums of telling a story, and a lot of them, even now and way back then, do primarily show a male figure saving a female figure. And that's just how it is. It has been. And part is what you said too. It's hard for me as a male to think or go through what a female might think. And it's not just the extent of I'm male, they're female. It's also a sense me as an individual is hard to was going through, because I am me, they're them. But I don't think it's necessarily an issue. I don't know why it became such a big thing, a big stink. I guess because it's easier to be the underdog.
I agree. I don't know why it's a problem. Like, I don't understand why a male figure saving a female figure is a problem. I don't see that as, especially like when you're talking about it as they're all mediums of art. Like, you're telling a story through all of these things, Yeah. Regardless of how you're digesting the story, someone's telling it, and if that's the way they want to tell the story, why is that wrong? Because it could have been it could have been easily the flip reverse, and then what would someone complain about that? It's just. It's someone expressing the way they see the world. Like, for me, I would feel like a hero to rescue the person I love. Like, if my girlfriend was in trouble and I got to rescue her, I would feel like a hero. I'd feel good about that, and I would feel like I helped her, and then she would be. I think I can't speak for her, but I think she would be proud of me for saving her.
Yeah.
So I would want to make a game. Like, I would want to make a story about that, because that would make me personally feel good, and that's what I can talk about,
Yeah.
So I don't know why people like Anita found it poisonous. Like, I don't know why she found that as to be a bad thing. So it has to be personal experience on her part. That's the only thing I think about is like she had some bad personal experience where, that kind of stuff she sees as offensive. Which is completely legit. If has she experienced that? Then, but I was thinking about that for a long time, because it's just crazy to me how anybody could see something like Super Meat Boy or Mario where like this guy's getting his ass kicked just to save a girl. Like the guy's not like he's not like walking through a park like looking at flowers. Like he's dying over and over again and getting killed by piranha plants and all this kind of shit. And he finally rescues her. You know what I mean? Like he goes through hell just to get to this lady, and somehow that's a bad thing. Yeah, it's crazy to me.
I think because again, I think the point, at least from, I don't know if it evolved. I thought originally it wasn't about masculinity. It's more about the damsel in distress. Like, why is there always a girl in distress? I think it was a big issue. I'm not entirely sure. I remember when it first came up, I read a bunch of like stuff, not as articles, but also like on the forums and everyone's favorite image board, and and again, that's also one-sided too, because I'm reading all the negative stuff. So but for the positive stuff, I can't relate. But the stuff that's against it's really against it. It goes really, really. Yes, it is at the extreme. There's two ways, too extreme for me to give an opinion. All I know is that the funnest games I've ever played for me had nothing to do with saving someone. Like Monster Hunter, that's the funnest game I've played my whole life. It was never about saving someone. Devil May Cry series, not about saving someone. There's lady figures, and there are lady figures in women figures, whatever, in those games, and Monster Hunter 2, Devil May Cry, and they're strong, very strong. And you're not saving them half the time, if at all. Why did you say Trish?
Oh, but she's still a badass though. Trisha's still a badass in Devil May Cry.
Yeah. And then she saved herself.
Yep. And
not only that,
Oh no, you can go.
I was gonna say she's actually a doll created to look just like Dante's mom.
I didn't know that. There. I did not know that.
I think, if I remember correctly, that's how it was. But Trish ended up, rebelling against her master, and she saved herself.
And you're right. There's a lot of games that, like, I think my favorite games, like Doom, Super Metroid. Like Super Metroid, you actually play a female, like a strong female character, and she's not saving anybody's ass. She's saving her own ass.
Yeah. And you're wrecking a whole planet's ecosystem.
Yeah, she just blows up a whole planet. She's like, whatever, like, whoops. And then Doom, you're just killing demons. You're not trying to rescue anybody in particular. You're just slaughtering demons. So it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be included. But what it does for me is that it makes me scared to express certain things I feel when I'm making a game, like, because I feel like there's things I want to say that are in quote unquote tropes, let's say, like the whole saving, like what if I want to include something like deathly loves somebody and is like his girlfriend or something, and maybe he's willing to sacrifice her to be immortal. Like, how's that going to be seen? Like, oh, this guy can just sacrifice this woman because he's a man. Like, that scares me that people might take that the wrong way when it says more about him than it says more about his internal struggle and how scared he is. Like, it's more to exemplify the fear that he has more than anything. Because if you're willing to go to the lengths for something like that, that means you must really fear that thing. So to sacrifice to sacrifice something that you love so much would be, like, in real life it would be heartbreaking to me, but I can't say that I maybe wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's so.
See, and that's what it should be the focus on, is the decision that was made, and the effects that it is, the how it reverberates for that person, the other person involved, and the morality behind it, and why. But instead, it's going to be, some people might construe it as, he's a man, you're always going to throw a woman aside to do this thing. Whereas if those flipped, and the people who thought that way about that situation and saw a woman do it for a man, or throw a man aside for gay mortality, they're going to praise that woman for choosing herself above a man.
I don't think, because that's what sucks. Like, unless you literally spell out word for word what you want to convey, which ruins it completely, by the way. Like, you can't make something that's interesting artistically and then be like, this is exactly what I want you to experience when I make this, because then it just goes out the window. People are going to take it how they want to take it. but
Yeah.
that means that there are people who are going to take it the wrong way. Like,
Yeah.
because I do think that, like, whenever, like, if you write a book or you write a song, you do generally have like a sort of emotion you want people to feel, right?
Mhm.
You're like, okay, this is a sad song. I want people to feel sad when they listen to it. But then some people might read the lyrics and be like, well, this is misogynist or this is that, and then it completely loses the meaning. So it just, like I said, it's scary that there are some people out there who can take stuff so far off the mark from what they actually are.
Yeah.
And
it could be anything.
It could be anything, but those people are usually the most vocal too. Like the people who like when I was playing The Witness, like I talked about earlier, and I experienced the thing, I like sat there by myself and I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. And I didn't tell anybody about it at the time. I just sat there in my own like personal world, loving what just happened.
Yeah.
But if that was someone on the flip side, like finding something negative about something, they would be tweeting about it the next second. They would just,
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you have to show your tits to the stream.
Yeah. You're right.
Just, yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
You want to get sponsors.
I want to get sponsored by PlayStation, Sony.
Just lift it up a little higher. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to get your opinion on that sort of stuff. What do you have anything? Oh, good.
Well, we brought up originally with Captain Toad and how like you saving Toadette and then Toadette had to save him. See, like I remember that happening because I saw a friend playing it and that happened where it had become Toadette. I thought that was rad. I thought it was cool because I extended the game even more. That's how I view that.
But I think it was like I said, if it was intentional, it was a genius move because not only did it extend the game, which was super, because I thought it was over after that first chapter, and then the second chapter comes, it's awesome, but I was like, oh shit, like nobody can complain about this game now. Nobody can say like, oh, it's always the guy. I was like, this is amazing. Like, guy saves girl saves guy, everybody's happy. So yeah, if they did that on purpose. They could have just had Toad save her again, you know what I mean? They could have been like, their bird grabs her again, takes her, and he has to do it again. But they did a little switch to it, and I thought that was cool. So,
well, it's funny thing. This whole problem about this gender stuff is primarily focused in the East. No, sorry, the West, in Western culture right now.
Are you mostly like American stuff like that?
Yeah, this side of the pond, a little bit in the UK. But primarily it's a Western mindset right now. Because Eastern wise, they could care less. To be honest with you, for a lot. I mean, there's still stigma and other bullshit like that. But for the most part, it's a Western thing. Which
is weird because we're so privileged over here, if I can use that word correctly. And I don't mean that in a.
You're white, so yeah.
That's exactly what I mean. Like I don't want to say that like I should, but in general, like I believe the top 1% of all wealth is like mostly Western. So, I don't know if I want to say what I was gonna say. I just I feel like people should be thankful for what they have in this country. And I find it very hard to feel like anybody is actually oppressed in a large general sense. Like there's definitely pockets like in the United States that are being oppressed and have terrible issues. But overall, like if you live in the United States, you have almost nothing to bitch about on a daily basis. And going out to find these things, like looking up tweets that James Gunn made 10 years ago, or like, why are you doing that? Like, why are people doing this shit? Like, why can't you focus on your own life and like just be? Oh, I almost got in a car accident today. Actually, going home, right? So.
Oh, did you?
I was like, we were on the freeway and like everybody was coming to a stop, and then somebody rear-ended the car right next to me. Like I heard the tire squeal and it boom, like it hit the car, and the other car swerved to the right to try to avoid it, right into me. And luckily, I was able to I was paying attention, so I swerved out of the way fast enough to get into the right lane, and I avoided it. But I just felt so thankful. I was like, you know what? It wouldn't have been my fault, obviously. Like, someone rear-ended somebody. But I had to stand out here in 116-degree weather, doing all this doing this insurance bullshit, like, waiting for the cops to show up. It would have taken, like, 2 hours of my day. I would have got home late for this, most likely, and, whatever. So I felt so thankful. I was like, I was just thankful in general. Like, and that feeling is like, I wish people could feel that more. Just feeling thankful for what you have. Just being thankful that you didn't get in a car accident on the way home, Instead of like looking for a fight, sort of.
Well, I think here's the thing that I don't know if you agree with me or not, is that it's not the vocal majority who says stuff like that and complains. It's the vocal minority.
But they're so loud.
Cover your ears, man.
What?
Just cover your ears. It's fine. But you're not wrong. I get where you're coming from, 100%.
But people's lives are being affected by that vocal minority, and that's where it becomes an issue because
you're wrong because of what happened to James. He lost his job. He was doing good work. Now.
Yeah, he was like those Guardians of the Galaxy movies were fantastic and they were funny and Okay, yeah, you're right. The first one was fantastic. The second one was I agree.
I like the second one, but the third one's gonna be completely helmed by someone different.
It's gonna be dog shit.
it might.
Right? It might.
Terrible. But it's the big strong chance it's gonna be bad, or now it's a good chance for, some maybe the shadow, people in the back who run this really pull the strings, kind of put their own agenda and put someone else in there who's gonna do what they say, kind of thing. You could think that if you want.
No, you're right. You're right. It could be better. I just, like I said, I think that it is a vocal minority. It's not most people who say these things, but when that vocal minority can actually make things happen, and like, that's scary to me.
Yeah, I get you.
Like Cartoon Network was amazing for staying behind. What was his name? The co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Dan Harmon.
Yeah, they're like, we're not firing him. Like, he does great work. He said some stuff like this long ago, whatever it was. Who cares? Like,
yeah, and that's when I brought up the whole, because the reason why he made the joke about, with the babies, but then like Jonathan Swift, I remember. Do you remember that? I said this morning. Did I say this morning?
No. I don't remember what you said though.
Oh, I was talking to Jason about it maybe instead of you.
Whoa! You're gonna get him doxxed.
Anyways,
I'm just kidding.
It's So do you know who Jonathan Swift is?
Sounds familiar, but I'm not too sure.
He was a satirical writer, an author. He made Gulliver's Travels.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He also made The Modest Proposal. Do you remember what The Modest Proposal was?
No. I don't think so.
Around the 1700s, I think early on, there was a potato famine in Ireland. Mm-hmm. And people were starving and dying. And he wrote a proposal, a modest proposal, saying, in order to control the population and feed people who are still alive, we should eat babies.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you told me this.
Yeah, it's completely satirical, but and people understood that. Obviously, it wasn't actually people telling them to eat babies. But if someone actually wrote that piece today and posted it, would people take it seriously? Would they get mad? Would they demand him to be for jokingly saying to eat babies?
That guy would be screwed. That guy would be publicly screwed if he did that today.
And that's just crazy.
And it's funny. Like, I find that funny. I think it's hilarious. You know what I mean? It's such an outlandish solution to a problem.
Yeah.
Obviously, they wouldn't do that. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I just remember, when I was in my early 20s, stuff like this was fine. Like, jokes like that were fine. You could make, sort of.
The 90s were cool.
What?
The 90s were cool.
Yeah, the 90s and early 2000s were awesome. Like, you could say, kind of messed up stuff, and everybody would laugh, and it was funny, and you could make these jokes that are on the darker side. So what happened? Like, why is everybody so sensitive now? It's very... I think, you were talking about the hierarchy of need last podcast, about how that filters into people's lives. Mm-hmm. But I think it's people don't have anything. I think that they are lacking...
There's the stimulation, or stimulation. This is what this is. Something to do.
Stimulation? Is that what you said?
Yeah, stimulation. Sorry.
Well, it's just they don't have anything that they can connect with anymore. That's what I like. I have hobbies. I'm assuming you have hobbies like games. Like you love games, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've been playing Deep Rock Galactic, like you said lately. So you go home, you're probably excited to play that. So you get on there, you play
Yeah.
some Deep Rock, you're having some good time. I like to do, whatever I'm doing, and we have these things that occupy us and make us happy. But what if somebody doesn't have those things? What if someone goes home and they're just angry, like they had a shitty day at work? No, like seriously, like most people do not work where they want to work. Like most people like have shit jobs. They go home, they're pissed off because some customer did something to them and they couldn't retaliate because they're at work. So they get online.
Yeah.
They just look for shit. They just look for a fight.
Mm.
People just need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Play some Diablo.
Let's play some demons. Yeah. No.
The
I don't know.
good news
I don't
is
like that.
they found water on Mars. They found a huge underground,
Whoa.
huge underwater lake of salt water on Mars.
Can we put fishes in it now?
Are there fishes in it?
Can we put fishes in it?
That's a good question. I don't
Let's
know.
buy some fish eggs.
But the better
Pop
question
them in,
is,
boom.
so this is another question I wanted to ask, probably the last topic that I have. If we confirmed that there was life on other planets, right? And I'm not talking like amoebas. I'm talking like real life, like there was either some sort of
There's a
animal.
bunny.
A bunny, yeah. Like if we
Yeah.
even found something that looked like an animal or some sort of humanoid creature, what do you think that would do to the world? How like everyday life? Do you think anything would change? Do you think it would create chaos? What is your
More stuff for people to freak out about. I'd be excited. I'd be really excited. We could eat them if you think about it too.
we could make that would be some really rare steak if you had to go all the way to the fucking moon of Saturn.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Disco, for saying that. That was fun.
But like to me, like I already feel like small in the universe, and I like, you know what I mean, like in the vastness of everything. But I don't know, like it would make me like rethink our entire like everyday lives, because we're so self-focused in our society. Like everything's about how much I'm getting paid, what my me, or like the person next to you, or like whatever. But to know that there's other living things out there that have nothing to do with us, that are so far removed, that would just like, I don't know. To me, it would like rework the entire way we work about or think about society.
I mean, that's how it is now. There's speaking of fishes, fish is like way up on the ocean. We have nothing. Again, they look alien.
But they're terrestrial. They're here. Like they're not. We know that. We know life exists on this planet. It's not surprising that there's fish down there we haven't seen.
I can't get that, but to me, it's the extent is like I'm not gonna go ever see those fish in the bottom of the ocean. I'm never gonna go see that alien bunny.
No, but it's more to reinforce the fact that we're not alone.
Yeah.
Like that planet may only have these bunnies on it, right? But if that planet can have bunnies on it, that means that there's another planet somewhere else that can have us on it.
Bunny planet.
There probably is a bunny planet.
Yeah. No, there won't be bunny people. Look at that.
That's scary. Don't even say that. That's weird. I'm gonna have nightmares now about bunny people. Welcome to Bunny Planet. Ah!
See, then all the furries will go there and we nuke them.
All the what?
The furries.
Oh, I thought you said fairies.
Well, I mean.
Well, you know what I mean.
How far are they from?
How far of a stretch is that? Yeah. So
all the furries would go there and
hey, Josh, I just want to make sure I heard this correctly. You want to send all the furries to a bunny planet, and then you want to nuke them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said it. I'll stand by. I actually don't have anything against furries, but it's just a funny joke. Mm-hmm. Actually, boom. That's an example. I always bash on furries. I don't really mean it. It's just something I do because it's funny. I think it's funny, but in reality, it's people who are furries that actually probably hurt their feelings.
I hate to tell you this. In about 3 years, when you go to that job interview for that really high-paying job, they're gonna find this podcast and they're gonna be like, "I'm sorry, but you made fun of furries. We can't."
And they're like, "High five, dude! High five! We high five."
We can only hope.
But I was thinking that like because it's easy to make fun of such a far off group like that, and people do all the time.
It's weird. It's very strange.
It's very very different for what I do and what I'm into. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's easy to make fun of them, and Philip will make fun of them. But at the end of the day, like yes, it's a fursuit, but inside it's a person with feelings.
Yes, Josh, there are people in those costumes.
I feel kind of guilty like making fun of them, but at the same time, like, it's not wrong for me to not like something, to not like a certain.
And that's
so
you should. That's the main, like, if this all culminated to like one center thing, it's that you should be able to express however you feel about something, and then people should be able to express how they feel about you feeling that way. Like, oh, you're an asshole if you feel that way, but you should still be able to do it. Like that, you shouldn't be fired from a job, or you shouldn't lose an opportunity just because you feel a certain way. You know, at least that's how I think. Like I feel like we should have our own opinions, as long as we're not like as long as you aren't really serious about like wanting to nuke a bunch of furries. You know, like it's a joke, right? Like hopefully.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Of course, yeah. But you nothing negative should happen to you about that. I don't think so, anyways. You know, and I feel like that's the way things are right now. Is like everybody's panicking. Like, have I said anything in the past that's remotely offensive? Like, shit, am I going to lose my job now because I said this thing on Twitter 6 years ago? It's crazy.
What's just wild is that there was a whole big movement about being diverse and different, and standing up for your own beliefs and stuff. But now, in reality, it's not. It's making everyone
the same. We have to think the same. We have to agree with all of the politically correct things. Like nothing can be not politically correct anymore. Yeah, it's hopefully this age of social media. What would you even call it? Like,
it's still an information age, I guess technically. And here's the thing: the eras and stuff have been going shorter and shorter. So, and we have the audacity to call this a modern age. That to me sounds nuts. Why would you ever say that?
What do you mean by that? Like,
the modern means now.
Oh, so you're saying just like the how do I say this? Like the time frames of what's happening, that you can't really refer to that as modern anymore, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because like before this was like the industrial era, and there was like the Bronze Age is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just throwing different.
Oh, so yeah, and those actually like were a good description of what was going on at that time, like Bronze Age.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But at the time it was like, oh, we just made bronze. This is the Bronze Age, dude. High five. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, we got this. And then the Dark Ages were dark. Oh no, dude! You got hit by the frickin' stream police, man.
I gotta. I'm go to all charges, dude. Catch me. I'm typing that out. You can just hear me.
John, you're gonna get arrested, man. Well, 40%, less than. Oh, jeez.
Is it actually bad?
I don't know. I don't care.
Whatever.
Yeah, it is. It is weird how we even like. What is this the age of? Like, what do we? You know, like what defines this right now? What defines us?
They say it is a modern age, is what it is. I don't know what the next age would be, postmodern, or we change the name of this age to like. Actually,
I think this would be the postmodern. I think if we could label this anything, it would be postmodern.
But then what happens after that?
The postmodern. The future age.
Future age. Yeah, future. Oh yeah, future punk comes into thing.
Yeah.
Or what's it called? What's that new music? Anyways.
Oh, post rock. Post rock is like Mogwai and stuff like that. That stuff's good.
You're going to new planes of existence I'm not aware of.
There we go. We got some good. Look at this. We got new modern. That's a good neo chic.
Funk. I was saying future funk. It's Scott's not. We're just throwing genres now. We're in the ska age. Everyone wears sleeveless tanks
I think we should go like rap rock, so we could do like Slipknot and all that really cringy, like angry rap rock stuff. That's the next stage.
You don't like Slipknot?
No, I love Slipknot. Their older stuff is amazing. I'm saying that there's
Yeah.
other rap rock that's super cringy.
Yeah. But it's funny that we're going back kind of not on topic or making a new topic, whatever. The social media is a big player in everything's happening right now. Not just in a positive light of things, but also a negative light of things. 100%. It's caused new levels of depression that are unknown before. Stress. However, it's also created new opportunities for people to meet each other all over the world. Like, there's people who I'm like best friends with who I've never have met if it wasn't for online and in one way or form of social media, I guess you can say.
It definitely has its positives, but one thing you said that is true is that I think social media has also made us compare ourselves to other people a lot more than we used to.
Yeah.
Because when we were younger, we didn't really have any, like, if we were outside playing or playing a game or whatever, we couldn't just like log on something and check what other people were doing at that time. Like, we were pretty, like, the kids down the street maybe knew what they were doing, or their neighbors, you know?
Dude, yeah, that was the shit though. You know, like knocking the door, hey, what do you actually go over there?
Yeah, or you call your buddy across the street, you're like, hey, what are you doing right now? You're like, oh, I'm playing this game. Hey, dude, me too, sick. You want to play together? Yeah, let's go. And you like run over to his house across the street. But now you check your Facebook or whatever you're checking, and some asshole in like New York is doing something, and you're like, oh, I'm jealous of what he's doing right now. Like, why would it even matter? Why does it matter?
Yeah.
But you start feeling like, you're like, oh, I'm comparing myself to him, and he has this, and I don't have that. And it's just like, dude, 20 years ago, you didn't even know what your friend was doing down the street, and you didn't care.
Yeah.
And now someone's affecting you from across the... it has its positives, but it's I think suicide... Like, I think it's actually factual that the suicide rate has gone up in, like, younger... like, teens because of social media.
Yeah.
Are you still getting policed over here?
Yeah. There we go. I cleared my name. It's fine. Okay. It's like what you said. It doesn't make any sense, and you comparing yourselves constantly. Just it's like in a weird way, because, as you know, I recently started using Tinder.
Oh, did you? You actually
Did I
like
tell you
legit?
that?
Well, I mean, we were joking about it a little bit, but I didn't know if you actually.
Yeah, Austin's gonna make another account for me on his phone. He's gonna pretend to be me and get me dates.
That was the joke one, but you started using it.
I actually did make one. I was really drunk and I said, "Hey, I'll make one just for fun." And my intention in those is just to talk to people. And it's funny how unwilling people are to talk to you. Just say hello, just to say what's going on. Yeah. And I don't say hey. Like, I start off with like a question or a joke or something. Like, I put effort into it, and I'm legitimately curious about whoever I meet on there, because they're living a life that I'm not living, and experiences I can't experience or won't be able to experience. So it's cool to just to get something from them. But for another Fortnite submission.
Fucking
Good
Fortnite.
day, citizen. It makes me like Judge Dredd, citizen.
Good day, citizen.
but like when I'm like on Tinder, whatever, people put pictures of them doing crazy, cool stuff, whatever, and then my picture is my picture. Actually, did I show a picture that I have?
The
it's
40s.
The 40 stick hands. That's
Yeah.
all I have, because that's exactly what embodies me. 100% is I drink a lot and I play video games and I like to wear sweaters.
Perfect.
And so when people post like them like hiking this crazy mountain or like visiting Rome, it's like, do you always go to Rome? Like, is that what you're about? Like, no,
just Rome.
They went one time, so why are you posting a picture of you in Rome or doing something nuts? Like, I drink all the time, so that's why I picture me drinking.
But see, that's why that the game is to present yourself in a way that you are not. That's the whole idea of Tinder, is to show people what they want to see up front, even if it represents nothing of what you are. Like, if someone has a picture of Rome, like you said, and you're like, great, you went to Rome. What do you do every other day? Like, that you didn't go to Rome that one time.
Yeah.
But that's why genuine. I think I told you this. I think you're a genuine person. Like I think that you present yourself as a genuine person.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You as well.
Thank you. Yeah, but that's why like guys like us, like I could never successfully use Tinder because I wouldn't be able to just lie outright about things that weren't me. Like I would do the same thing you did. I would post like goofy pictures or like, something that would represent myself.
Uh-huh.
And it just wouldn't work. No girls would want to like, and maybe you get the one off that is down with that, but most people on that, I think are looking for a certain type of male, and it's just not what we would present, in my opinion.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think it's just a certain kind of person who would use Tinder. And then it's funny that I met people who were kind of different spectrums, but at the same time, I guess at the end of the day, what people use Tinder for is to, meet someone, have sex, and get laid. Fuck, pretty much.
Pretty much. That's the way I view it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not about that. So when I use it, and then a lot of times, like I start messaging someone, I messaged with like maybe a couple hours, whatever, and then they just stop messaging me back. And then I was sort of like, why is that? That's so weird. Like after having a good conversation,
because I think they're looking for it to go somewhere that I don't know. Like
meet up. Yeah, they're not looking for pen pals. Looking for someone to.
Like Tinder's more of like an actiony sort of thing. It's like, hey, we matched this. What's the next step? I think that's the.
Yeah. And that's what I'm using it for the purpose that's not. I guess that's why I did.
That was my point. What I was trying to describe is I think that the way that you're using it is not what the user base is using it for mostly. Yeah. Describe to me how it works. I've never used it before, so how does it work? Like, walk me through like a.
You sign up, you put a little bio, which half the time, more than half the time, no one puts a bio on their shit. Mine's very basic and saying, hey, I like this thing, I do this thing, whatever, and maybe a joke in there. But when you go in, there's you see a person, you can see their photos they posted, see their bio, there's a bio. You swipe right if you like them, you swipe left if you want to pass on them.
Okay, so swiping right is a yes, basically.
Yes, okay. And then that person also comes upon your profile a bit, and
then you do the same thing.
And they say they like me. Then hey, you guys both like each other as a match. They say hey, you guys two like each other. Message each other, right? That's the game at that point. Now the game's begun. Do you message them? Do you not message them? I mean I typically message just because I'm just trying to meet people and get different points of views on life and stuff. One time I got a message first, and she was pretty cool, but then like same thing happened. Like after a day, no message anymore. But going back to like the pictures and with them doing crazy things is be someone like, oh, like this someone she seems interesting. Her profile looks kind of interesting. I want to maybe talk to this person, and the whole bit. But then I get kind of like anxiety is like, well, they're not going to swipe right on me because my profile looks like this, but their profile looks like that, where they're doing all this crazy cool stuff, and I'm not, But then again, it could be very fake. It could be they went to Rome one time because they went there for study abroad and school paid for it, or their student loans paid for it, or they saved the money for like a whole year just to go to one trip, kind of thing. So, but if I get that I'm making my comparison, so I'm not worthy, then not in my head. And I don't really get to me. I don't give two rat's ass. I mean, I'm not interested in going to Rome, to be honest with you. So good for them. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, So besides that, like Twitter's not or Tinder's not working out right. Like let's say you're not finding any sort of like connections on there. Where else would you go? Like what would you do these days? It's kind of crazy to think about, right?
Yes. It is crazy to think about because normally you would do, and the big things like work, meet someone at work or school, or like the bars and stuff. But then I'm not into that. Like me, I'm very introvert to an extent. I will go out. Like I went to the bar the other week with someone I never met this guy before my whole life. I went one time.
Whoa, you went with a dude?
I went with a guy
Did you meet him on Tinder?
who. Not no. He's a mutual friend.
Did you guys
We have
swipe
mutual
right?
friends.
You guys swipe right
And
together?
no, yeah, we were swipe right together. Yeah, we had mutual friends on Twitter, and we just talked on Twitter, and then we're like, let's go hang out. Okay, let's go. And we had a good time, and we met people, and those, I was actually talking to go for a bit of time, but I didn't make an action because I'm just there just to talk to people. In fact, I had a very interesting time talking to these two guys, and I got one of them to kind of break the rules and climb this restricted area, and then go in there. But that was fun to me. But then I got exhausted afterwards. I didn't want to talk to anybody after that for a while. But that's what you do now, I guess. Because going there, like, it was actually pretty easy to talk to people in the situation. But then it's always the follow up, I guess. I don't know. But like right now, I'm single. How to meet a girl? I don't know. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
At
it's
all.
like I said, I would find myself in a very precarious position too because I wouldn't know what to do. Like kind of like you said too. I feel so like social situations are exhausting sometimes. To where like you can have an amazing night, but then just thinking about dealing with that situation again, or like how much effort it took, just it exhausts you, and you're like, fuck, like I can't do this for another week or whatever it is. So it's just things are so different than they used to be. It's interesting to think about.
Well, I mean, in their case, not really, because remove the internet from the equation. Gone. How would someone meet someone?
I mean, I guess like from personal experience, like you said, it was either work, school, or like I would go to a party with my friends and I would like meet a girl there at the party and then we would like talk after that. But here's the funny thing is that the way that you described Tinder not working for you, as in like you were just having conversations, that's exactly what I used to do. I would just talk to this girl for weeks and weeks and weeks. And it would, it wouldn't go anywhere like sexual or anywhere like anything like that. And eventually it would, build up to that point. But it seems like you trying that on Tinder, everybody wants instant gratification and they just bounce after a day, of you not engaging in something that I don't know what they're looking for, but
then so it kind of be the same thing regardless from any perspective, is that at say the evolutionary standpoint, me as a person, as a male looking for a mate, a creature looking for a mate, another creature looking for a mate, there isn't like, birds don't talk for, tweet each other for a couple of weeks before they do something. They just do it, kind of thing.
Yeah, but we're more complex than that as far as.
But are we really though?
We have made ourselves more complex. I agree with you. We're not like at a primal level. No, we are the exact same. Like we have a very strong natural urge to move towards certain things. It's just that's how it is. But we have structured it so we can't do that. Like it's seen as bad if we like most birds rape. We can't go around like you can't be like, oh, most human males rape. Like we can't go around doing that. That doesn't work that way.
I mean, according to society, according to social media.
Okay. But you know what I mean. Like that's not accepted. So
yeah.
There's social norms that exist to stop us from being like, hey, I really like the way you look today. I'm gonna rape you now.
This is an example. It wouldn't be birds per se, because all creatures have a certain mating protocol or a dance, literally sometimes, where they do something and then it leads to something or not.
But so, most animal species don't have to. The female does not have to approve of the male. It just happens.
Peacocks do. Turtles, penguins, walruses. Not dolphins.
It
Dolphins don't-
happens. I'm just saying that it also exists where sometimes the males, like dogs, for instance, I think dogs just do it. Like I've never seen.
No, they fight. Cats fight.
Maybe I've never seen like a dog like get like oh, you're not good enough for me and walk away.
Check it out. If you have two dogs in the house, right? One girl and one male. They need to mate. They're gonna mate. That's what they want to do. But if there was like say 3 males and one dog and one female dog, at that point it is a competition. The 3 dogs have to duke it out or some way impress the female dog to get there.
Okay, I'll agree. Yeah, I would agree on that.
And again, I'm very limited in the mating rituals of dogs, but but according to like the Disney movies of anime movies of animals, they have to win one way or another.
I love
It's
that you're basing your knowledge of
knowledge
biology off Disney movies. God damn.
I love Oliver and Company. Do you see Oliver and Company is a good movie?
What?
Oliver and Company. Little cat. He got lost, and a bunch of dogs take care of
Is that the one with Billy Joel that sings a song in it?
I'm gonna say sure.
Billy Joel does the voice of the dog.
Get out of here.
Just say yes. It's true. Look it up. Oliver and Company. Billy Joel.
Joel, Oliver and Company.
Pretty sure I'm right.
He's Dodger. He's the main dude.
Yeah, I told you. Isn't that awesome? That movie's crazy. I like that movie. That's good.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's gonna be 90s, dude. Did
Did you ever see the Brave Little Toaster?
Dude, the Brave Little Toaster was sad.
It was awesome. I love that movie. The
first one.
What?
Go ahead. We'll talk about it, actually. I actually want to talk this in length because I love the Brave Little Toaster, but it's also very sad.
It's awesome. Why is it sad?
Okay, 2 things. First thing, okay, the AC unit.
That's what I was gonna say. That thing scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
So wild.
I was so scared.
So there's that.
Oh, it makes me shiver just thinking about it.
You can imagine that guy because you're looking at a point of view where from the main characters, they're scared, like, oh my god, what's happening? This guy's freaking out. But when I saw that, even as a kid, I kind of sympathized for the AC unit because he couldn't move.
Yeah, he was just a pissed off old man, pretty much. Like he
even said it like it's like he likes being stuck in a stupid wall, but he doesn't. He doesn't actually mean that. He's angry about it. He's upset.
Yeah, he's upset.
He wanted to be like everyone else and move around and have fun and for the masters and stuff and be with them, but he couldn't. His destiny was literally to be stuck at that wall.
His destiny.
It was though. That's what he's made for. And again, like I kind of thought that those thieves will understand that what they are meant to do, what they can do, what they can't do. The other thing that was sad to me was the flower. Do you remember that?
No.
So Toaster. Did Toaster have a name? Or was it just Toaster? I don't remember
that. There was Lampy, Blanket.
Yeah.
The vacuum, right?
Yeah. Did he have a name? It was just a vacuum.
No, I don't actually think they ever addressed each other with names. I think they just kind of like talked. They're like, hey, you, what are we doing?
2 hours.
2 hours. What are you doing over there? 2 hours.
But there's a part where they actually get out of the house, and they go into a meadow, and there's one flower who was like literally the prettiest flower or whatever. You kind of seen this thing kind of like reject other, I don't know if it was flowers or insects, something, but they kind of rejected other things. But then Toaster came up, right? It was incidental. He came up, but that flower could see the reflection of itself in the toaster.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm realizing that now. It's just play off fucking what's his name? Narcissus. It's narcissism, but it's based off the character, Greek character. But the flower like fell in love with the reflection of itself, and it was happy. Like, oh my god, and it was like just so excited to see something so beautiful. And I think at the same time, I don't think it knew it was beautiful. But then when the toaster was like leaving, it got sad and it made it come back. And then it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave though. and leaves, and the flower dies.
I think I remember that now. Yeah, I think
The petals are coming off.
yeah,
Off it.
yeah. I have to watch it. I think I got a picture in my mind, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. That is kind of sad though. That
Now, what was scary in Brave Little Toaster was the third one, I think, when they went to Mars.
I haven't seen that. I've only seen the first one.
They went to Mars, dude. They went to Mars, and there's these balloons they find up in space, and that was scary. The whole scene was just disturbing to me. I mean, they were happy, but it's disturbing. I don't know.
Is it called? The Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue?
No, Brave Little Toaster goes to Mars, literally.
That is ridiculous.
Mars.
I cannot believe this exists. Like, this is blowing my mind right now that this exists.
They test a fan to the bottom of a laundry bag so they get a space. They put stuff in a microwave.
What asshole thought that this was a good idea to make this movie?
Oh my god!
Like the first one's a classic.
Absolutely, but
well, why?
Though, these balloon people were fucked up, dude.
I believe you, but why does it exist? Oh, those balloon people are fucked up.
And they're happy because they're going to space, but they're gonna die. They're gonna explode.
Reminds me of Cuphead a little bit, actually.
Oh yeah, they kind of like yeah.
I did not even know this shit existed. I just watched the first one and I was good with that because it scared the hell out of me. So.
Huh. What's this? Killer Bean.
Yeah, let's look at Killer Bean. Let's see what that shit is.
What the hell is this? I'm not watching this. Is this a movie? This isn't a movie. This is...
No, it's it looks like an animated movie, right?
No.
I think you could...
fake.
I think you can watch the full thing on YouTube.
If you pay the premium of $2.99, yeah.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Killer Bean is sent on a mission to Beantown. There's a mafia.
But when he attacks her,
the cappuccino. Oh my god! All right, I'm hooked. I'm in it now. This is amazing.
Dude, the subtitle is, "If you want to take him down, you better bring backup." What?
What does that mean? Who's the backup? He's by himself. He's got 2 guns.
He's a Killer Bean. I wonder if they make a lot of fart jokes in there.
Let's see who's in it.
Is anybody we know?
There's 4 people in it, dude.
There's what? There's only 4 people?
On the cast and crew, yeah.
Yeah, I see there's 4 fucking people in the movie. Cappuccino! Hey, I'm Matthew Tyler.
I wonder if he talks like a Godfather.
Oh yeah, so like this. Oh damn, it's that Killer Bean again.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
He does some Dante DMC shit. He's an ex-Iraq warrior. Fucking Killer Bean. Oh man, if I get really drunk one night, I might watch that. Because that's the only time I can think.
Oh my god!
Think of doing that. What?
I'm watching part of it. I don't know if this is real.
I'm pretty sure it's real. Are you watching the first scene HD?
I'm watching the cappuccino guy.
Well, this guy's breakdance. This Bean is breakdancing. Holy shit! There's a whole choreographed dance scene. Wow, this is crazy good.
Are you insane? Do you know what you just got yourself in?
Wow, they made a Mexican talking bean. That's fucked up.
All right, well, I don't want to talk about Killer Bean anymore. I'm getting scared.
I'm done with that.
Thank you, Kami, for that.
Yeah, that was good. I'll definitely look at that later when I can't control myself.
Oh.
Do you
Anyways,
have any more topics you wanted to cover?
I had like two more, but throughout the night, and especially this right here, I forgot it all.
Okay.
I know they were
No,
definitely.
this is pretty good. That's a pretty good. I'm just getting a little sleepy over here. So I don't know.
No, straight up. We've been here for like 2 hours now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sad. I gotta clean my little room or figure out this mic because I'm using not the real mic.
Are you still? So let's do the what are we playing right now, as far as games wise? Are you still playing Deep Rock, or did you pick anything back up?
I'm playing Skullgirls mobile a lot. Mobile game. Hold on, let's talk about mobile.
No, that dude. I have so much to say on that. We got to save that for next time. Dude, that would be like a whole hour by itself just on mobile games. I'm so passionate about that.
It's funny because I used to be that way, the same exact way. And
Yeah,
then,
but I like. I'm not like down. Like I'm just saying. Like I actually like try to make games. Like so, I'm trying to like make something that's worthy of being a game in quotes. You know what I mean? And I just see like mobile titles making millions of dollars that aren't even games in my opinion, and it just kills my spirits. But yeah, I have a shitload to say. I have like actual scientific like shit that I've read of how they addict you, like the things that they do design wise to get you addicted to the games. It's fucked up. But yeah, well,
they give you whatever. I read some stuff too. I know or some stuff about it, and it works because I know because I play them.
oh dude, it masked for it, and once you know what they do, you can see it happening. Like it's crazy that like you can even almost like predict it. You're like, okay, I'm about to get a power up that will give me this many more attempts for the day, you know, because you're like oh I only have one energy left to run this mission, but I bet you this next mission is going to refill my energy completely, and boom, it does. So it's just it's crazy. But yeah, we'll definitely that'll be a really good podcast because I think we both have a lot to say on that. So we'll do that the next time.
I'm game.
So you're doing Skullgirls mobile, and you're doing.
I actually just bought yesterday No Man's Sky.
Oh, you're gonna try the new version?
A friend of mine is gonna play, and I'm gonna play with him
on PC. On PC.
On PC.
I might pick it up because they added multiplayer, right? That was the whole.
Yes, they did. The reason I picked it up, it was $30, and I have 2 hours, so I can play 2 hours. If I don't like it, I'm gonna return that shit because if the moment it was announced against it, I knew it was gonna be trash, and I was right. But from the original time,
dude, because the it's so easy to see that everything was the same. Like they were touting it to be like infinite worlds, you know, like you could just everything's different, but it's all based off the same procedural algorithm, so it's really not different at all. It's the same shit, just has a fresh coat of paint. So yeah. I'm totally with you. I did the same thing. I stayed far away.
But I play this game. Okay, we'll get into this. Let's go far. Okay, you know what? We'll talk about that bit later. But yes, I got him to play that game soon. I also bought. Did I buy another game? Oh yeah, I bought Darksiders 2.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. You're gonna love that one. Yeah. Have you played it already?
I played the first one already. I played halfway to the second one on the regular version, but I bought the Death and whatever with all the DLC. And I played the first one many times because it's like the best like Zelda like kind of game. I don't even call that action adventure.
Sorry if I'm typing. Yeah, dude. The second Darksiders is I still like the first one better, but the second one is pretty legit. It's a lot of content too. It'll take you a good 40 hours to get through.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm excited. I like the weapon drop system on that one. I like how you can other weapons. Mm-hmm. Like literally, like they wouldn't eat it. That's cool. And then you can buy that. You can change the stats on it. That's my kind of shit. Right? That's what Destiny first one's kind of cool like that, where you get the same 2 guns but they're different. And that's what I was gonna say against you because the shader stuff was bad per se. You can use multiple guns, but what sucks about Destiny 2 is I actually did the reverse of Destiny 1, or actually Destiny 1 was the same thing, but it made you kind of only pick these guns. These are the best guns for PvP. These are the best guns for PvE.
Oh, right. It kind of like
you're bad. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard for like multiplayer games like that though because like if you run it at a purely numbers game, like if you base it purely off like just DPS or whatever the stat is you're looking for, there is always going to be like one superior gun for that mode. It's just because mainly because they designed the items that way. But yeah, there's always going to be that one gun that you're just like, if you don't have this gun, then you're at a disadvantage.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
Grind more. That's why like Dark Souls. Because Dark Souls, you had different kind of builds. Well, then again, it did come out to the meta. But like in Dark Souls 2 or 3, I did a bleed build, and all I did was bleed, and that was fun for me.
Yeah, bleed builds were sick. But Dark Souls, actually, like I thought it was interesting with Dark Souls because I could there were some heavy weapons builds that were sick, like the greatsword build, and then there was a boss, I forget the name of it, but there was like a boss sword that was super good. But I as a player myself, I sucked at heavy weapons. Like I couldn't get the timings down. But if you put like the Uji Katana or the washing pole, I could wreck shop with those. Like I was so good with fast weapons. So it Dark Souls actually kind of like played off your skill as a player, you know, like are you good with heavy weapons? Are you good with light weapons? So that was cool to me because there was no like go to this is the best weapon in the game.
Yeah, there was no right or wrong answer, and it comes out based on your skill level.
Right. Yep. Definitely. So just to you do Skullgirls, you got the No Man's. By the way, let me know how the No Man's Sky is if you do play that, because if it's good enough, I'll pick it up and then I'll play with you guys if you want. If you would accept me into your space program.
Oh, space program.
Yeah.
That's so much interested about is the multiplayer, because I played a shitty version, an even shittier version of No Man's Sky, actually, called Grav, and I thought Grav was brilliant for what it was. It's basically Rust in space with shitty dungeons and like PvP stuff, but it was so fun for how stupid it was.
Don't shit talk, Graham.
Exactly. Yeah, I played with Grab, and Grab was fucking ridiculous. But yeah. Anyways, I'm excited about No Man's Sky. I want to go back and finish Hat in Time, but.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that too. Yeah, you were playing that.
Yeah. I've been playing fighting games here and there. Actually, just going to some other friends. We were playing BlazBlue the other day, not too long ago.
Blaze Blue.
Then, BlazBlue, whatever.
Yeah, that's I like that one. That's a good game. That's fun.
Yeah. And then like, I know Troy, other people that we know want to play.
It's too late.
Wants to play other fighting games. Actually, I might do a fight night sometime soon.
I'd be down with that. That'd be fun.
I'm down. I have my keg ready too, so we all get together.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Abusively drunk. Yeah.
I like it.
Other than that, that's it. Sometimes I play Fortnite, but
don't bring that up.
I'm not that into it. It's just hard, and it's fun when you play with friends.
It is. It's fun if you play squad. Yeah, as a squad. Yeah.
What are you playing recently? Or are you just working on Deathly?
Working on that. Replayed Diablo. Like I said, I just after watching that GDC talk, I was super into it again. So I replayed it and beat it. It's if you stick to it, you can beat the game in like a day and a half if like you really give it some effort.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. It's not a super long game. But then again, I know like I played it when I was a kid, so I know pretty much where everything is. So it may be longer if you're new to it. I did that, and then actually there's a game called State of Decay. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So I don't know how. I think I was watching a YouTube video or something, and I never realized that you could actually like build bases in that game. Like you took care of like a little city or like a couple buildings in like a town, and that sounded super interesting to me. So I played that over the weekend, and it was super cool for the first maybe 6-7 hours. Like I was totally into it, but then once you do like everything you do at one time, and then all of a sudden you realize it's just a loop. Like you just do the same shit over and over again. Like, you have to go get medical supplies, you have to get materials. And then when you go back to the base, the lady says the same exact sentence every time you go back, and you're like, oh, okay. It's one of those games. So, it's just, like, the initial, like, they hook you in, and it's super good, but then there's no, it's just the same.
It's going so deep.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, you get to how deep it is pretty quickly. So I want to play more. I just can't bring myself to play it because I know like one of the like games are cool because you can when you play it you're not sure what's gonna happen sometimes. It's like exciting, but I know exactly like as soon as I open that game like I gotta go get fucking medical supplies again, and it's just
Oh yeah.
it's just
And at that point, he's babysitting.
that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like a job now. It feels like I have to make these
Yeah.
rounds, and that's not why I want to play it. I wanted to play it to
But MMOs, dude.
what?
MMOs are just that. MMOs are jobs.
That's why I can't really play MMOs anymore. Like even when I played WoW recently, when I re-upped my subscription for those 30 days,
Yeah.
I had fun for probably the first week and a half, and then after that, I felt like it was a job again. Because I paid for it. Like I felt like if I don't get on and play tonight, I'm wasting $15.
Yes.
And
that's a big.
That's
problem.
not how you should feel. Like you should not feel that way when playing a game. You should feel like excited to play it, not that you have to play it. So
Yeah. That being said, some people do pay $50 and get fucking hours of fun out of it, and they feel. And so does the job aspect. It's kind of like for me when I played an MMO a year ago now, almost 2 years. I'll be on online, which is like RuneScape, but kind of watered down.
what was it called?
And I'll be on online.
Yeah, I know. I'll be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. I just mind all day. That's all I would do, all the time, forever. Mind, just mind. Because, okay, never mind. This goes correct. Well, we did the beta too. Don't forget that. Anyways,
What beta? What?
Sorry. Well, I played the beta for Albion too, so that's why. Because I was kind of arguing with Disco one thing, but he's not wrong. He knows more about that. But yeah, all I would do is mine notes for hours. I would get on, listen to some music or watch an anime, and mine until my mining became eventually level 5. That's when I thought I was big. But you see the bigger guilds, and some people have like they're mining 8, which is like the XP is one of those things where it takes just as much from level 1 to level 1 to get to level 2. To get to level 3, you must do level 1 and level 2 again. To level 4, you must do 1, 2, and 3 again.
Oh, it compounds on itself, yeah.
Yeah. So if it took me 6 hours to get to level 3, and you put 6 more hours plus whatever it is to get to level 4. To level 4.
Yep.
And I did that. All right. But it was fun to me. It was a job. I didn't get anything out of it. I just usually get the mineral or the stuff to my guild, or I would sell it to buy more equipment so I can keep my mining. That to me was fun though. So I get people would want to play those MMOs just for jobs. For some reason, that's fun. I don't know. It's relaxing.
But I think, but didn't it reach a certain point then when it wasn't fun anymore? Like, did it kind of get tiring after a while?
It did, and that's why I switched with the MMOs. You can switch it up. Cause at that point, we started doing PvP stuff and like ganking like gatherers like me out in the wilds. We can PvP's free.
Mm-hmm.
And we would do that, and that was cool. Or we'd do a dungeon here and there. But then, what sucks that game particularly is that to get to the big important end game stuff, it's like on these separate islands away from the continent you're on. You can teleport there, but then bigger guilds end up just barricading the gates. So if you went there, you're gonna die. You lose all your stuff.
Oh, I see. So they kind of like claim it as
And, which is kind of cool. They wanted the developers wanted free with the economy there, but then they had to intervene because it became a huge issue where people could not play the game. And at the same time, like I was against it, sort of, because I wanted it to be free and let the players. But then, sorry, control by the players. But then, yeah, I couldn't do something. In fact, I try to haggle price with them. It's like, hey, I just want to level up, dude. I keep or all my stuff. I just want to level up. I don't give a fuck. And they're like, something like, okay, you're okay. And then I'll go and gather them. Here you go. And it's like, oh, you can keep it. It's like, okay, and then just keep it. Or some people will just follow me for a little bit, leave me alone, and come back and kill me, and then take my stuff in. But, yeah.
Yeah, I just in general I think like you said MMOs are very like it makes you feel like it's a job most of the time, or it makes you feel like you have to dedicate yourself, and That's just, I guess, not appealing for me anymore. Like, as I played WoW for a long time, and I didn't get anything out of it, in the long run. Like, at the time it was fun, but it's just now, like, putting all that time into it, I just don't have anything to show for it, so I'd rather do something. Like, I love games that you can play in a, like, start to finish, they're done, you had a good experience. Like, Subnautica, did you play Subnautica?
I did not play Subnautica.
Dude,
I heard it was really good.
You should play Subnautica. That game was the first game in a long time that actually scared me. Like, I jumped in my chair when stuff would happen. Like, I haven't felt that way for a long time. And show Bob's in Virginia. Oh man. But yeah. I just Oh, just a bit back to what I said. I've been playing. I tried the State of Decay game, and then just Diablo and some other that Captain Toad's game. Been playing that, but yeah. What's a Pancho Villa?
He looks like he's got a sombrero, and he's got a mustache, and he's got a poncho.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah.
That's some good drawing skills, man. That looks love it. I really like his penis hat. His penis hat's the best part.
It's not. It's a nipple. Don't.
What's a penis hat?
Don't.
Oh man.
Nipple hat.
I don't know. There's some times where I don't feel like playing any games because nothing seems fun.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah.
But no matter what, I really okay. I know we're going to stop. We're just keep going. But will a developer or publisher or whatever, can you trust no matter 100% of the time that they're going to make a game?
What you cut out at the end there? What'd you say?
That's it. So a lot of times, I feel burnt out on playing games. Like, nothing seems interesting anymore and stuff. But what's a developer that you trust that even if you're burnt out on games, that they're gonna make a game that's gonna be super good, fun?
This might sound a little. I don't know if this is a weird choice or not, but I'm gonna go with Nintendo.
I was gonna say the same exact thing actually, so don't be a weird choice.
Because they do something with their games that is just fun to play. Like,
yeah,
I've never played a Mario game or specifically like the Mario franchise. Like, if I'm ever looking for when a new Mario platformer comes out, I'm on that shit like right away because it's just fun. Like, it makes you feel good playing it. It's happy. It's a great feeling. So
and they can get challenging too. Like, did you play Odyssey or no?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And there were some challenging. There's some definitely challenging stages in that.
Yeah, I didn't play Odyssey, but my sister did, and I watched it one time. Me and my roommate took over and we played for that one level, and yeah, I was enthralled. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's just they do so. They just have such a precise Hotel Mario sucks.
What the fuck is Hotel Mario?
Dude, it's terrible. It was for the Sega. No, it was for the Jaguar.
The Nintendo game on the Sega. No.
Hotel. It was on the Sega CD or Sega Saturn or something. It's fucking terrible though.
Oh shit, the Philips CD.
Yeah, Philips CD. Oh,
yeah.
It's terrible.
The Link one is in that one too.
Just stay far away.
Yeah.
Just stay far away.
High quality Hotel Mario intro.
It's bad. It is bad. Yeah. I gotta get that.
Oh my god.
You should stop looking at it. It's gonna burn your eyeballs out of your head.
All right, Ramsey's good call. This probably sucks. It looks like it sucks.
There's an angry video game nerd episode on it if you want to watch that. It's pretty good.
I'll take a peek. See you later.
All right, man. This was awesome. This was fun.
Yes.
And then next time, like I said, we'll have a really good conversation about the mobile games in quotes. I use that word loosely. Mobile games, which is funny because I actually made a mobile game. We'll talk about that too. But
did you finish that one?
Yeah, you can download it on phones right now.
Wait, the one you were with the tower one or the?
No, it's called Buff Mountain.
Buff Mountain.
Yeah, you can download that shit for free.
Oh, there's an advert right now. It's fucking insert, last minute insert for your game.
Buff Mountain is free. No, totally free. Yeah, there's no microtransactions or anything in it. I made it with a local developer named Tyler. So.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about that next time. That'll be really good.
For sure.
Yeah, thanks for everybody who was in Twitch chat and giving us awesome suggestions. That was fun. And we'll basically do this every Wednesday unless one of us dies, and then just one of us will do it on Wednesday. So.
Yeah, pretty much. To make it, we'll talk about other stuff later. About the background things.
The what?
The other stuff. I was gonna ask you if we should make another channel dedicated specifically. That's not mine or yours.
Oh yeah, we'll do all that. We'll figure all that stuff out. Don't worry about it. All right, cool, man. Thanks everybody for watching again, and Josh, I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya. See you guys.